I'm super excited about the snow tomorrow, but I am even more excited that your guys' makeup is coming in. So I'm gonna do two videos. Um, the first one I'll do, I think it's easier to probably start with, when you're starting off, to start with your contour. I prefer starting off with my highlight. Um, so this video, I'm gonna start off with my contour, and then I'll send you guys another video starting off with my highlight. I recommended the Buffy brush to you guys, and that's what I'm gonna use. All of our brushes are double-ended, and you can do your HAC, which is your highlight and contour, your blush and lips with one brush. So any of these brushes that we have, you can do your whole face with, which is amazing. And they all have different applications. So this is gonna be a more fuller coverage, but you can also get a lighter coverage just by picking up less product. Always build, so start with less product, and if you want more, just add to it. So again, this is the Buffy brush, and we're gonna be doing our highlight with the bigger end and our contour with the smaller end. And you can switch that up too. You could, whatever floats your boat, whatever you feel more comfortable using. So I'm gonna take this makeup off. I'm gonna start with the setting spray. This is something that you could set at the very end. I like to start with it as a primer, and then I will set with it at the end. Okay, so I'm gonna take the setting spray and just, so they are coming out with, which I think they already did, a new bottle, same formula, new bottle, because this one comes out like a fire hose. So I have the older bottle, but I have their Perfector sponge. I love theirs. I also have cheap Perfector sponges, which you can also use. This one is actually better. I thought, I'll just do my cheap ones, which I still do, and I still have them, but this one does blend better. So I'm just tapping this setting spray into my face because I'm using it as a primer. I could have also sprayed directly onto this and tapped it in. This is not a requirement. You do not have to start with a setting spray, but I do recommend setting your makeup with the setting spray when you're all done. So this is their Perfector sponge. I highly recommend you getting this. If you just have any brand at home, that's okay too. So you're gonna get this wet under the sink, wring it out, and then take your washcloth and wring it out again. Get all the excess water out because you don't wanna have it too wet and have it move your makeup around. You just wanna use it to press your makeup in. So I'm gonna use that also today. If you don't have that, you can also blend with your brush, but I really recommend getting one of these. You can get them on Amazon for super cheap. This one from Mascara, I believe, is $13, so it is a little bit more pricey, but it works way better, I have found. So, okay, I made a palette that should match your palette. I can't get on the internet right now, so I can't look at my emails to see what exactly you guys ordered, but as soon as I have Wi-Fi or service, I can go ahead and check that out. So I just made a quad, and I have my main highlight, which is Amber. I have my contour, which is Astoria. The lip and cheek that I chose today is Frenchie, and I have a cream illuminator, which is Rose Gold. I think most of you guys got all creams. You don't want to mix your creams and powder, so if you have one layer, it should all be creams. So that's why I went with a cream illuminator. I want to do my makeup mirroring what you guys have, so you guys know how to use it. And the brush that I recommended was the Buffy brush. All the brushes are amazing. You can apply all of this makeup with any of the brushes and both ends. But this is what we're going to do today. So I'm going to take the smaller end of the Buffy brush, and I'm going to just tap in. You do not need a lot of product, so just, and again, start light. Don't start heavy. You can always add to it. So I'm going to tap into my Astoria contour with the small end of the Buffy brush, and I'm going to find my cheekbone, the hard cheekbone, and right where it starts to round, right where it starts to hollow out, that is where you're going to apply your contour. You can also, at the top of your ear, make a line. So it would go from the top of your ear all the way where it hollows, and go to about right here. So see where this is? Don't go in there. So stop right about there. So it'll be, just don't go past the middle of, if you're looking straight ahead, where your eyeball is. Don't go in more. Okay, so you're gonna go about to right here, which is about the corner of your eye, because you're just creating that illusion of a shadow. If you go in too far, it'll mess up that shadow illusion. So we're just gonna tap into our contour, find where it hollows out, and you're just gonna press right into that. You can do a fish face if that helps. And see where it hollows out? You're just gonna press right into that. So again, start off light, and you can add to it. Okay, and just press right under that cheekbone. I'm gonna try to pick up a little bit more so you guys can see what we're creating here. And you can always blend out at the end or as you go. But I want you guys to actually see the line that we're creating here. And you can do a little swipe motion, but you can also just press it in. So the highlight and the contour both have coverage. So this is the only layer that's going to go on here. We're not going to do a whole base layer and then keep adding more layers. 3D foundation is the correct colors in the correct spots. One layer. So it seems a little weird that the contour has coverage, but it does. And so does the highlight. And so does the lip and cheek for your blush. So I want to get this line pretty pronounced so you guys can see where it's going. You do not have to add this much. And it's getting a little bit more cloudy. So I'm hoping you can see right here that shadow that I just created by putting that contour down. Okay, so then you're going to dip back into that contour. Am I shaking my camera when I do that? And you're just going to go right here, same end, the small end of your Buffy brush, and you're going to go right at the top of your forehead and blend it at your hairline. You don't want to get it in your hair, but you don't want that white and then contour, so you just kind of want to blend it in. And it blends so easy. So tap it in, swirl it in there. If you have a longer forehead, then go down lower, and it'll just make your forehead appear shorter and not as long. So go put your sweater back on then. You're gonna have to wait a minute, okay? Can't go in there. It took me a long time to get Gwenny down for a nap, so please don't go upstairs again. Okay, so right there. No, you're not allowed to go in there right now, babe. I'll go up there just a moment. Okay, so just there at the top of your forehead. Can you see where I'm going? And you can kind of tap it in and blend as you go. Okay. This lighting is terrible, but I just want you guys to get the idea of where to place this makeup. In your package that you got your makeup in, there should be a card too, and it shows you where to place all of this. So if you can kind of see that shadow that I created, I am going to blend at the end. I'm going to tap back. I'm still using my contour, same contour color. I'm going to tap back into that, and I'm just going to go right, not on top of your jaw, but right below your jaw. And I'm going to create a shadow under there. I'm just going to drag it under my jawline, just like that. And I'll blend down here. And a little bit more here. I'm just going to blend it down. You don't want a harsh line, but you want that shadow. And it will give you a nice jawline. And blend it down. So again, you could add more. You can do less. Totally up to you. Okay, so I'm going to contour my nose last and my lip last. So I'll come back to this end of the brush that we just did our contour with, and I'll use the same contour for under my lip and to contour my nose. I'll also send you guys some more videos on nose contouring and some other highlight and contouring videos. Emily, don't go upstairs. Okay. Okay, so that's that. So I'm gonna go in now with my, I'm gonna flip the brush over to the thick end, so or the bigger end. I just used the smaller end for contour, and I'm flipping it over and using the bigger end of the Buffy brush, and I'm gonna tap into my main highlight. You all probably started with one highlight color. I might go in and do my brightening color just so you guys can see it after I put my main highlight on. You don't have to, but it's nice to have a pop of light, just so you guys can see the option there. So this is amber that I'm using, and I just tapped into it. A little goes a long way. As you can see, I barely just tapped in, and look at all that. So this makeup is pretty amazing. It will move so easy. If you have too much on, that's okay. You can just keep moving it like that, and see how I'm cleaning up my contour line. So if you felt that you went, so you always want to go a little bit higher than lower, err on the side of going higher than lower with your contour. But with this, doing the contour first, when you go in with your highlight, look, you could just clean up that line. So just press that highlight in, do little stippling motions, and press it in. I'm super red, kind of always, just kind of always super red. So this really takes the red out, this amber color, my main highlight. I'm just gonna tap back in and drag it under my contour. And blend a little bit as I go, but I will go in with the Perfector sponge also at the end. So you can kind of clean up that contour line with your highlight if you start with your contour. That's the nice part about starting with contour. So I'm just gonna keep bringing it up. Gosh, I'm sorry the lighting is so bad. So much better when there's actual sky out there and not clouds moving through. Or what I like to do is use my my ring light, and then my camera actually sits on it. There's a little adapter that my camera attaches onto. So I just tapped back in again, and I'm going to tap it under. I'm going to tap it under my eyes and stipple it in, and I'm also going to bring it on my nose and get that red out of there. I'm not worrying about right here because I'm going to put my blush there, my lip and cheek there. So I'm not really worrying about that right now. So, as you can see, this makeup moves and blends really well. And if you want more product, you just tap into your tin and add more product. I'm going to tap in and go up here now. So since I did my brows first, I can flip it over, and I always have a washcloth with me. And I'm just gonna, these brushes aren't gonna hold a lot of makeup. What's going on your brush is pretty much going on your face, but I'm gonna wipe off whatever I had on there for contour, just so I can flip my brush over since I have my brows done already, and kind of get right here with the smaller end of the brush. So again, these brushes are the brushes and the makeup are so versatile. You can do so many things with one product. I don't want to disturb my eye makeup too much because I did do my eye makeup, but I'm gonna go down here. I have a crazy hairline, so you guys probably have forehead here, skin here, but I have hair. So I'm just gonna move that aside. Okay, so Emily, please don't try to sneak upstairs.
I already went upstairs.
Did you go in the bedroom?
No, I went to the bathroom.
Okay, no more going upstairs, babe. Okay, so you don't want to bring your your highlight all the way up on top of your contour, just below it. Okay, and you can just blend them together and melt them together. So don't go over your contour, just kind of blend them together. So same thing down here. You can soften it up by doing little stippling motions here, little pressing motions. So you see the shadow that we created here, and the highlight just evened out my skin tone. And you can go, you can do fuller coverage if you want fuller coverage. Sometimes I really like that, and sometimes I want a lighter coverage, you know, so you can see I have a mole here, and you can still see my mole, but you can't see as much of the red. So I'm gonna go in now. So all I've used so far is my contour and my highlight. I do have a brightening highlight. I'm just gonna go in and show you if you do have that, or if you're interested in that. Sometimes I go in with linen, which I love. It's super bright and super light. And I'm gonna go in right here with Candlelit. I love this color. It is the little sister to Amber, what I just put on my face. So that's Amber. So I'm gonna go in and take the small end of my Buffy brush, tap into Candlelit, and I'm just going to put it right under my eye, and I'm just gonna blend it. Press it in there. I'm gonna bring it down in a pie shape. Okay, and it just gives you an extra little pop of a candlelit glow. Okay, and just press that in. If you find that, okay, so I did want to tell you guys, I'll come back to that thought that I was just about to have, but, or that I just had, but so this makeup is unlike any other makeup that we've ever used before. It is cream based, and we are used to traditional foundation, which is super drying to your skin. It's a water base, and it dries your skin out. So my skin before using this product was super oily, and there's an adjustment period. So it takes about 1 to 2 weeks for me. It took 2 weeks for my skin to kind of adjust to this cream based hydrating makeup. So cream makeup is hydrating. It is going to hydrate your skin. It is not going to dry and cake your skin. In fact, your skin is going to feel so soft and smooth, but there is a little adjustment period. Your skin needs to get used to it. It will stop overproducing oil after 1 to 2 weeks. Just getting used to this, just getting used to the cream base. So my skin feels better than it has before, and it's not as oily. I used to, with traditional foundation and makeup, I would be so oily, and I'd be packing on the MAC powder, which is just made me cakey and gross, but I had to get up that oil. I don't have that problem anymore. So my skin has actually changed since using this makeup. So there's my Pop Up Bright under my eyes. I also will take that Pop Up Bright and tap it here, 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 and I'll also go down my nose. So the focus of light is just going to be here in the middle of your face, right in the middle of your forehead, down your nose, right on your Cupid's bow, and right here. And then, of course, where we did it here in the pie shape, right here. Okay. So that just brightens you up and helps with sleepiness. I did not get any sleep last night. Just being at the cabin, the girls don't sleep well, especially the first night, so mommy doesn't sleep well, so I'm tired. Okay, so I did take that brightening down my nose with the brush. You can also take it with your finger and just tap in with your lighter highlight, and if you only have one, just do your normal highlight and press it in here, because next we're going to contour our nose and lip. Okay. So that is that so far. This angle is very unflattering, but you get the idea. Okay, so I'm going to pick my compact. So I did just use the brightening highlight in this compact, but other than that, everything is right here. So that is amazing. You don't have to dig, you don't have to find, you have this. This is your whole face. So I'm going to take the small end of my Buffy brush, just this rounded tip part, just the tip, and I'm going to lightly super lightly. Press that tip right in to the contour. And I'm going to go right under my lip, lower lip, on the outside of your lip, because we are creating a shadow. I like for my nose and my lip contour to use the contour color Shadow. It's more of an actual shadow color versus anything warm. Astoria is a pretty shadow color too, so Shadow contour is even more of a shadow color. I don't go all the way out here. I just go right under my lip. And then I kind of blend it with my finger. I like to also blend it with the other end of my Detail Hack brush, but I'm not going to get that out because I don't think you guys have that yet. So I want to show you with what you have. So I just created a little shadow under my lip to make it more pouty. You can do above. That gets a little more tricky because you're lining outside of your lip. So, and again, if you feel like you've had too much, just blend it out with your finger. So that's that. I'm going to go back into my contour and tap in just such a little amount of product, just right on the tip of that. And I'm going to just very light touch, make a line down the side of my nose here. And on the other side. And the closer you get these two lines, the smaller your nose will appear. You don't want a heavy line, you just are creating that little shadow. And then I like to go do a little V here and just blend it out, and then my nose doesn't appear to be as long as it actually is. So I don't have a harsh line here. It's just a little shadow. And if you feel like you've gotten too much, you could just kind of blend it lightly, lightly. You're barely touching it. Okay, so I would normally, this is the B squared brush. You guys don't have it yet. It's a magical brush. I think you should get it. I think everyone should have this. This end is great for blending, but it's also good for Bella Bronzer, which I will show you today. And then I use this end for my blush. You can do your whole face with this also, which is can be a more fuller coverage, the Buffy brush, and this B squared blush and bronzer brush would be a more of a medium to full coverage brush. It's a totally different feel on your face. It's very soft. It's less dense and compacted than this one, than the Buffy brush that you guys have. So I'm not going to use this brush because I want to show you what the brush you have, but I just want to show you what I usually use my blush with. So you can use really either end of this Buffy brush. I think I'm going to go in with the bigger end, and I'm going to tap into my Frenchie. And since this brush is so dense, just a little tap. Because see, it'll pick up a lot of makeup, even though you barely tapped it in. So just little swirling tapping motions here. And you're going to do a little smile. So your cheeks pop up. And swipe it up. And just kind of blend it in. You can add more. You can just do a little touch of it. I love blush, so I kind of tend to go heavier with the blush, but not everybody likes a lot of blush. They just like a little touch. So you find what works for you and go for it. I did say I was going to show you the Bella Bronzer, which some people do before their blush, some people do after their blush. Again, that's going to be personal preference. So I really want you to see the blush, so I might go in a little bit more. And I'm just doing little pressing, stippling motions and some swirls to get it on there. see that, even though my lighting is a little wonkety. Okay, so I don't know that all of you got the bronzer, but I'm just gonna show you that really quick before I go in with my illuminator, which is the last thing in my compact. So we've used the highlight, the contour, the lip and cheek, and I will put this lip and cheek, the blush that I used on my lips as well, and then the illuminator. But I wanna go in really quickly and show you the bronzer, which I use with this end of the blush and bronzer brush. You can also apply it with your perfector sponge, and you just would tap it into your, this is the Bella Cream Bronzer. There's also a powder bronzer, which is a lot of a lighter bronzer. So you can tap into this with your perfector sponge and put it where the sun would naturally hit your face. So here, tops of your cheekbones, okay? And you can do it that way. I'm gonna just show you really quickly with this brush. Barely even swirl it into the bronzer. This is cream as well, so barely even swirl it into it. And just a light touch, start swirling. And it's such a super light touch, because remember, you can always add more, but it's harder to take it off. So just on the top, not on your contour line, but on the top of your cheekbones, right here on your forehead. Then drag it down. And this just gives you a sun-kissed, it warms up your face, a little sun-kissed look, and where the sun would naturally hit your face, even right here, a little bit right here, a little bit here. I haven't even picked up more product, I'm just kind of blending. But I just wanted to show you how you can warm up your face if you like bronzer. So our cream bronzer does not have the sparkles and the glitter that a lot of bronzers do, which is nice because you don't sparkle when you have a tan, but you just have that nice warm tone. So anyways, I just wanted to show you that. I could keep going and add more, but I just wanted to show you that real quickly. And then that's a step that you can do if you'd like. You don't have to do a, hi baby, you still sleeping? Come here. Did Sissy wake you up? Say hi, Quinny. Step in my compact, my quad, and I'm going to take my finger, my ring finger, and I'm gonna swirl it into my illuminator, and I'm gonna tap right on the top of that bone right here, right on my cheekbone. Okay, and that just gives you a nice illuminator. So just on top of that bone. It's hard to tell with this lighting, but and I do tend to gravitate, like I said, towards the powder illuminators. They pop a lot more. Oops, I don't want to close that because I want to do a tap here and go right here on my Cupid's bow. Give a little shine here. And I also like to do it on the tip of my nose. Not a lot. I also like to just drag it down my nose. The bridge of my nose right there. Okay. So that's that. Oh, I can also take the same finger and go right into my lip and cheek. And do my lips. If I didn't have eyeshadow on, I can also take the small end of the Buffy brush or my finger again and do a little bit on my eyes just to give a little pop if you didn't have eyeshadow on. I'll also show you really quickly my cherry lip conditioner. I love it. It is so hydrating and magical. So I'll put that over top too. Okay, so that is that. I'm gonna take my perfector sponge and then just press in and really press the makeup in. Sorry, we have guests up at the cabin. So you're just gonna press the makeup in, and if you want to mellow that out, this will pick up any excess makeup. So you're just going to blend that out. You can also do a little rolling up motion as you're pressing it in. Always blend up, never down, because you want to lift your face up and not drag it down. So, all right, so I am gonna hop off and I will do another video for you guys using the highlight first. We have some family that just got to the cabin, so I'm gonna go say hi to them. I'll do a picture also because the lighting's a little wonky, like I said, but that's basically how you do it with contour first and then highlight using just your compact that you got. Highlight, contour, lip and cheek, and your illuminator using your Buffy brush. So I hope that helped. Again, when I get back in town, we could set up a time to have you come over and we can play with all the different brushes, and I can really show you how to use this product on your skin. But I'm super excited for you. I'm obsessed with this makeup. Oh, really quickly before I hop off, I forgot to show you because our family just walked in, but setting spray, and then you can also tap it in. So I'm just gonna, so they came out with a new, this one comes out like a fire hose. They came out with a new bottle that doesn't come out like a fire hose. So I take my perfector sponge and I just lightly press it in. And by using, okay, hold on baby. By using the perfector sponge to press in the setting spray, your makeup's gonna last all day. And it's gonna feel so, I'll get you clothes right now, baby. Give me 30 seconds. Okay, so just press that in. So I hope that helped, guys. I'm super excited for you. Like I said, I'll do another video starting with highlight first, which is my preferred method. But starting with the contour first, I think is a lot easier, especially when you're just starting off. So get yourself a perfector sponge. This is a lot better than the cheap ones on Amazon, but if you just have that, which I do at home also, and I still use it, it is magical. So I am so excited for you guys to get started with this makeup. I'm here to help. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will get that other video to you starting with the highlight soon. Bye, guys.